Good evening. Welcome our listeners. I am your host Yume at Moon Cafe Midnight FM. Thank you for being with us here tonight. The summer here has not been very gentle, but the rain did cool things down a bit for us, so we are extremely grateful for that. But with the heat, even at these late hours, we have also decided to change our typical hot drinks in the studio to the ice version. And today, our choice of hydration is sparkling lemonade. And for me, personally, I do think that's one of the best suitable choice for summer because it's bubbly, it's sweet, it has that citrusy taste to it. It's just perfect. It's what you think of the drink when it comes to summer. And with my recent health issues, my voice is not 100% back yet, so please bear with me on that as well. Today we will be responding to a fan mail that was sent to us recently. Sam, if you are listening, thank you for the lovely letter. I believe that the story today will resonate with not only me, but also many of us here out there tonight. So now make yourself comfortable and let's get started. So dear Yumi, I hope this finds you well. Thank you for being the comforting voice that often accompany my late night musing. My name is Sam. Your show has been a small consistent thing in what feel like an increasingly turbulent water. Lately, work has been a lot. I recently moved to a new team in my company, and I'm finding it surprisingly difficult to connect. It's not that anyone is overtly unwelcoming, but there's a certain unspoken barrier that makes every interaction feel a bit like an uphill climb. I try to be friendly, to offer help, to join in conversations, but it feels like I'm speaking a slightly different language. It leaves me feel quite isolated, and I sometimes dread whether I will be eating alone at lunchtime. Now I am wondering if I had made the wrong choice moving team. And the big elephant in the room, the layoff, it has been going on and off for years now. Since it started 2 to 3 years back, there's always this anxiety permeating every meeting, every coffee break conversations, every unexpected email and meeting sent fear through me. It's hard to focus and hard to plan when you are constantly wondering if your name will be on the next list. It feels like the ground beneath my feet is shifting. I find myself lying awake, replaying conversations, worrying about the future, and just feel like I'm losing control of my life and my career. I guess I just want to share a little bit of what's on my mind, sometimes knowing that there's space where people talk about real messy part of life, even if it's just through the airwave, make things feel a little less daunting. Hi Sam, and thank you again for this heartfelt letter. It's also truly mean a great deal to us here in the studio to know that our show can be the source of comfort, especially when things getting messy or getting a little bit overwhelming for you. In this current situation, political, economic uncertainty, I think the things that we can be certain about is that your story resonates with so many other listeners out there tonight, and also all of us here in the studio today. And from what we heard in your letter, it sounds like you are navigating a really challenging period right now. Moving to a new team, new environment, new work scope, all of these things can feel incredibly overwhelming and also isolating at times. And this thing can happen to even the best among us. So I guess, first of all, what I want to say is that please don't feel bad that you're feeling like you are struggling. And it's absolutely normal to feel the uphill climb when you are trying to find your footing and build those new relationships with your new team. So give yourself a bit of a pat on the back and maybe slow down a bit, because sometimes these connections, they just take a little bit more time to to be built and to blossom. And it's certainly not a reflection of your effort. It's not a reflection of who you are, and it's not a reflection of how well you do your work. Sometimes it's just time, and just keep being yourself, keep offering that friendly hand, and I truly believe that those bonds will surely start to form one way or the other. But I know it's also easier said than done. But rushing to build those relationships with your new team might result in the opposite effect of what you want it to be. When you are trying too hard, sometimes people do realize that, they can feel that, and they might starting to feel like you're not being genuine, or you are trying to be a people pleaser. So hold your ground, take a deep breath, and tell that brain, that logical function of the body, to take one step at a time. It's okay to take things slow. Remember that Rome is not built in a day, so try to ease that pressure of having to fit in as much as you can. But after all the efforts, if you feel like you still really can't connect with your new team, maybe flagging that to your managers, or if you have someone that you feel comfortable within your team, maybe flagging that to them. Maybe they can help you clear the air, or make you connect with other people in the team better. They can be that bridge for you as well. But if it really comes down to it, if you feel like you have exhausted all the effort, you have reached out, you have exhausted like all the other ways that you can to build that bridge with the team, maybe it's time to consider letting the expectation go. I know it sucks when we talk about letting go of the relationship, because most of us want to be loved by others. Otherwise, social media would not have boomed the way it did. But we also have to question ourselves if those relationships are actually worth our time and efforts. Can we do it in the workplace without them? Can we find the connections our place in the companies outside of our team? And what is it that we're actually sacrificing? Are we sacrificing our identity? Are we sacrificing our time to try and get that connections with the team? If you think that what you put in has not been appreciated, I think it's completely fine to put a stop to it and say to yourself that, hey, this is work. I can't connect with the team at the personal level. That's okay. I'm just gonna make sure that I do my things perfectly at work, and I am professional when I'm interacting with my team. But that being said, it sounds like you have just moved teams, so give yourself and also your team some time to adjust with each other before making any decisions on how you want to go about it. Although if you're starting to feel like things are getting toxic, I think it's a valid point in time that you need to evaluate whether or not you're going to continue being in that team, or you're going to continue trying to build that relationship with your team. And the next point that you talk about, the big scary elephant in the room, is the layoff. I'm pretty sure like all the listeners here, if you are in the corporate setting, or if you have skimmed through the news articles, you will have seen at least one or two layoff news once every week, or like once every month at this point in time. And it is scary. It's a heavy burden for us who are in the working age, that going into a job market right now is incredibly scary. And even if we don't like our job right now, we can't quit, because if we quit, there is no guarantee that we're going to be able to get the job in like the next 2 months, 6 months, or even a year. And these uncertainties about the job market, about the economy, about ourselves, our financial stabilities can be extremely, utterly exhausting. And it's completely understandable. That is checking our mental state. It's checking our sense of stabilities. It's making us anxious as a society, as a generation. And it's a stark reminder that even in our professional life, we often face the situations that are just beyond our control. These layoff decisions, these economic policy decisions that are just being made at the level beyond our pay grade. And in this moment, it is important for us to focus on what we can control, our resilience, our skill, our abilities to adapt, our mindset, our health. And when you're starting to feel like all that burdens, all the things that are happening around us are drowning us and pulling our self-worth through the ground, we need to remember that in this world, you always have someone who loves and at least care about you. It could be your family, your loved one, your pet, your friend, the barista from that cafe you always visit, the old security guard you always say hello to in the morning, the parasocial relationship that you have built with a character or an idol, or even yourself. Those can be the sort of comfort for you in this turbulent time. And in this difficult time, you will start to realize who is staying, who you need to hold on to, and who really you need to be letting go of. Not everyone is worth your time and effort in keeping, and if they want to go, most of the time, it's more worth it to just let them go. Prioritize yourself, and if that is also too difficult and at a certain point in time, maybe you can consider getting a plant, a hobby, a doll, a pet, something that you can pour your love into, you can pour your mind into, and making it the source of your will to continue going forward, finding joy in this sometimes a very incredibly harsh world we are living in. But please don't give up. Things will pass, the wave will pass, and once we come out from the other side of this turbulence, things will be better for us. And please know, Sam, and also the other listener who might have been feeling a bit of the anxieties similar to what Sam has been experiencing, that you are absolutely not alone in feeling this pervasive sense of unease. So many people are experiencing similar anxiety in today's world. What you're feeling is valid and is real to you. Even if others don't understand, it's important to acknowledge it, and it's also important for us to remind ourselves that not everyone is going to understand what we are feeling and what we are going through, but that doesn't mean that what we are feeling is not valid. So if you acknowledge that this is what we are feeling and accept that this is what we are going through, we can all start taking that step into dealing with our feeling, our anxiety in a healthier way. And thank you for trusting us with your thought tonight. It's listeners like you who remind us that why we do what we do, and what we do actually make impact in others people's life, to create a space right here through this airwave where people can feel heard, understood, and just a little less alone in these quiet hours. So keep listening, Sam, and all the listeners out there. We are here with you. We wish you all a pleasant dream tonight. Good night.